Experience tranquility. Pass into the iris.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Iris Podcast. I'm your host, Mr. Yeti, and I do feel like it has been a long time, even though it's been 2 weeks. Been a very busy 2 weeks in my household. I don't know about the rest of you, but it is nice to be back, everybody. I'm excited to be here as we get into the playoff semifinals here. We have the final 12 teams across all of our tiers. Joining me tonight, we have NPC, we have Nerfed, we have Thor, we have Apathy, and we're going to be breaking down your semifinal matchups to come here, and that will be coming up here in just a moment. But I did hype this up on Twitter, and I'm going to get it out of the way first. I know some of y'all are looking for that $100 Amazon gift card giveaway. That'll be at the end of the show. You'll have to stay tuned. Build up those channel points, guys. It's pretty crucial, pretty important. But there will be a $100 Amazon gift card that'll be drawn for at the end of this podcast here. And we'll tell you when the final entry. Look at the entries just pouring in.
Yeah. Everybody's been saving them up.
Yeah, they've been saving them up here. But I dropped the $100 in, and all of a sudden, Thor.
Yeah, wait, can I enter? I've got Trank Bucks.
Yeah, you've got like 30,000. You've got like 130,000.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Wait a minute.
All right, but anyways, genuinely, guys, the exciting announcement that we have is regarding a little special treat for our final teams, and that being said, is a special prize for your winning teams this season that has been graciously given to us, and we're excited to partner with them at the end of the season here. Many of you may know or have noticed, by the way, we've been hosting them a lot on this stream after our podcasts, and they've been hosting us as well after their streams. Is Natter. Natter is an Overwatch coach, formerly of Third Impact, recently coached Drifters as well back in 2020, has been doing a lot of streaming as well. They stream a ton of coaching streams, some fantastic content on there, great educational content. Several of the people on the podcast team, and I know one in particularly in here, Thor, you can definitely attest to Natter's coaching capabilities as well. So
can do.
But
kind of a nice guy. Not a total jerk all the time.
Nice guy. He's not bad. He's not bad. But genuinely, we are excited to partner with him as we end the season here. Natter has decided that all of the winning teams will be receiving a free coaching session, a 2-hour coaching session, either as a team scrim, VOD review, something along those lines, perhaps an individual review, depending on what you guys want to put together. I assume those would be on his stream as well. So honestly, it's a nice value. I mean, it just, he's a very, very good coach, very well respected in the scene. It's going to be streamed as well, so that's pretty cool. It's going to be fun, and I can say working with Natter is an absolute treat as well. Pretty much everybody who I've ever spoke to has said it is a very, very awesome and educational experience from all ELOs. I mean, he coaches contenders, but I've seen him coach, plat level scrims, and he does a fantastic job in those as well. So Natter, we're excited to partner with them moving forward here the remainder of this season. And also as well, if you don't end up being one of the people who wins, we can't recommend him enough just for his services alone. He is a fantastic coach, really good guy, and would be a great resource for people who are looking for a leg up in the coaching game. So he posted on our Discord.
Maybe you would have won if you got a session from him.
Maybe you would have won. It probably except Sky Guardians, you probably wouldn't have won, but other teams would have won. So, but I can't recommend the services enough, guys. If you're interested in that, you can get a hold of him. He posts on our Discord quite a bit as well. So, but anyways, enough of that. We hope that you guys are excited about that. But we're gonna start breaking down these final 4 matchups, and we got some fantastic ones on hand here. The final 4 in Harmony tier. You have Frost Nova, you have Flashbacks, you have Chrysalis, And you have the Koala Kings, Season 6 champions here, looking for the repeat into Season 7. The question remains, which one of these teams is going to come up on top? So we're going to do something called Superlatives. Now, for the Zoomers here who don't know what that word means, Superlatives, NPC, do you want to explain it?
So when you graduate high school, there's always a most likely to succeed, most likely to get hit by a bus, most likely to this, most likely to get addicted to meth, whatever. And everybody votes for it. But we're not going to vote for it here on the podcast. We're actually just going to pick it at random. So we're assigned teams, and we're going to get to say which one of these teams is the most likely to win the grand finals. Which one of these teams is most likely to choke in the end? That kind of stuff.
Exactly.
And we just get to decide arbitrarily. There's no voting. There's no system. It's rigged. It's biased.
Right.
It's a popularity contest, really. If you PayPal me, that's the way it works.
I
took bribes.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's a pretty cool thing. And, and yeah, I have to explain to the Zoomers, Bubba, because I hate kids. I don't know if that was a known fact or anything like that, but I just got to mention, I do hate kids.
He likes to bully them.
I do. I'm a big bully.
It's your favorite part about kids.
I get to bully people. That's my favorite part
It's
about
the only
being-
reason you had kids in the first place.
Exactly, so I can
Exactly,
bully
yeah.
them.
Bully them for the rest
Because
of their
I
life.
apparently am an abusive parent. Is that what you're saying? Like, yeesh. All
Wow.
right. Apathy going for the jugular. My God. All right.
Yeah, you
Anyways.
laid it up.
Hey, here's the deal. I only like to bully people who I care about. So if you're receiving a lot of my bullying, I probably care about you a little bit. Except Bubba. Anyways, Harmony Tier, biggest. So we're going to start breaking down your superlatives for Harmony Tier, guys. We're going to start with biggest surprise of the remaining teams left in the tournament here. Apathy, who's the biggest surprise that you have left here?
In the Harmony tier, I went with Frost Nova. I think with the way that they kind of squeaked into the A pool and then didn't win a match in stage 2, a lot of people were thinking that they would be heading down to losers bracket in the first round, but they won that game, and then they did lose to Koala Kings, but they only needed 2 wins to qualify, so they made it.
Frost Nova, definitely a huge surprise. Thor, where are you at with this one as well?
Yeah, and unfortunately, I have to agree with Apathy here. There's just no contest as far as like the biggest surprise in Harmony Tier being Frost Nova. Not only like the fact that they made it into A tier, but who they beat on the road to where they got now. Like a lot of teams that we figured were actually like big contenders in Harmony Tier: Sky Guardians, Miami Yikes, Luminous Foxes. I mean, every single one of those are potential contenders who we thought were really good contenders. And Frost Nova's proven everybody wrong. So have to give it out to them, the players, the coaching staff, the org in general. Big surprise.
And honestly, Frost Nova is up to they got a tough test this week. Let's just be real. Tough test going up against Flashbacks. They'll definitely be the underdogs going into that. But as we've seen, you can never count out the underdogs here in Frost Nova's eyes, at least, for sure. So, all right. Another question here is the team most likely to win the championship. There's 4 left. NPC, who's the team most likely to win?
I have to say it. I met Capital in person a couple of weeks ago. Actually, not as bad as he is online. I gotta go Flashbacks. There's no bias there or anything, but I gotta say they went 4-0 every game this entire season, except for Chrysalis went 3-2. Like that's the only team that's even come close. Like Flashbacks, clear winner. They're just their scrims. I've listened to their scrim VODs. It's not a fun time. They are not here to have a good time. They are here to win a video game, and that's clear. And that's why there's some teams they love to scrim. They love to get around. They're like, hey, it's Wednesday with the boys. The Flashbacks is not that. Okay, they take everything very seriously, and that's why they're at the top.
All right, Nerfed. Who do you think is coming out on top here?
So I'm going to try to say the F word as little as possible this podcast. So I went with Chrysalis. They've been on the up and up, and last time, I mean, how many times has Chrysalis played Flashbacks this season so far? Like 4. At one point, you got to beat them eventually. So I think in the finals, if Flashbacks does make it there, I think it's going to be Chrysalis taking that. So
All right. Let's do our next superlative here. That one is going to be most fun to watch. Now, let's face it. Some teams are, they just run 6-man or something like that. And 6-man, but it works.
Double shield.
Yeah, or double shield, because they're part of the
Ew.
no fun league. Apathy.
Whoa, community.
Apathy. Who's your favorite? Who's your favorite team to watch of the remaining 4?
I'm sure people will hate this, but I did go with flashbacks because the other 3 are brawl teams, and I hate watching brawl. It's just incredibly boring. I'd rather watch Double Shield, and flashbacks plays dive and ball as well. They just play all 4 things. Like it's especially exciting to watch a team that isn't one-dimensional, that they can just play all 4 paragons of the Overwatch comps, if you'll say.
Thor,
yeah,
you have a phone
flashbacks.
call?
My bad. Sorry.
Phone call for Thorcraft
Phone call
Overwatch?
from-
Forgot
1980.
forgot to mute. Sorry, my bad.
Was that your agent or?
No, that was actually the mother of my eldest daughter. So
Oh.
you really want to know?
All right, fair enough.
You should have answered it on speaker. We want to hear
Yeah,
that.
so suddenly we
That's
get
our
the real life.
content.
We get the
Well,
real life.
Good
drama.
news. Good news is my eldest is flying in from Arizona next week, so we're in the process of like coordinating flights and drop-offs and itinerary and all that kind of stuff. So it's good news.
Good.
Thor, we're gonna go back to you then. What's your favorite team to watch of these remaining Harmony tier teams?
So I'm gonna go with Koala Kings, and I agree with Apathy. Like even though the other 3 teams they're brawl centric, as a main tank myself, I respect the brawl, especially going up against some of these teams that play a little bit more. They're a little bit more varied in the comps that they run, whether it's dive or double shield or whatever, not because you have to play your brawl that much. You have to play so much more differently in order to be able to get value against those types of compositions. So even though you're running like the same comp all the time, for the most part, you have to adapt. And I typically root for the underdogs. And even if it does end up being Koala Kings and Flashbacks in the championship, I'm probably going to end up rooting for Koala Kings just because of that grudge match. And Koala Kings just in general, like they're not like that guaranteed win like Flashbacks tends to be all the time. You watch a Flashbacks match, you're like, oh well, you can chalk this one up, and it's going to be a 4-0 for Flashbacks type of thing. Koala Kings, there's actually a chance that they may lose from time to time. So I think that adds to the watchability when it comes to some of their matches.
All right, and
We should remember. Sorry, we should remember. Flashbacks is the challengers, right? Like Koala Kings.
Oh,
are the
Koala Kings
champions.
did beat them last year.
So
I'm-
it's
that's
wow.
the
yeah.
key thing to keep in
I'm an
mind.
So
idiot.
it's
here.
tough to say.
Yeah, we have
like,
to deny
if we
the
see that
back-to-back.
rematch,
There's only
like,
enough
which
room
one
for
is
one
the underdog?
back-to-back around here. Okay.
But then Flashbacks would still have 2. It just doesn't count.
Oh yeah, it's not,
It
but
has
it's
to
still
be
not
in a row.
back-to-back.
I see.
Not
All
the
right.
2-time back-to-back.
The 2-time back-to-back. All right, and the last superlative I'm gonna have you guys do here: best dark horse team left. So who's the team that actually has a shot that you think can pull this off here? Not the favorites. We're tired of flashbacks, tired of the F word. Nobody wants to hear about flashbacks anymore. Let's face it, nobody does. Except the flashbacks, they love it. NPC, who's your dark horse in the Harmony tier?
Dark horse for me, it's gonna be Frost Nova. Okay, the other F word. Okay, Seed 6. Okay, losing only 1 game in stage 1 to Vanguard, and I don't want to talk about that situation. But then they didn't win a single game at all in stage 2. But then they had to face both Miami Yikes and Koala Kings again in the upper bracket, and they won both of those games. Okay, so like they proved that they have what it takes, and being a dark horse team in the playoffs bracket means only one thing: it's crunch time. Okay, and for you guys, it's cheesy taco crunch time. Okay, that means you got to bring out the cheesy strats, because if you're going to face against the flashbacks, they play a little bit of everything. You have to cheese them. That's the only way to do it. Okay, I know it's cheap, but that's how you win, because it's crunch time.
NPC so good with the props.
He definitely brings his A game on the props. You have to respect it.
I got crunch time. It's cheesy grooves.
Nerfed, who's your dark horse right now?
I mean, it's got to be Frost Nova. All I really have to add is they beat Flashbacks once. I think they could do it again. We don't care about technicalities.
You know,
We're not gonna talk about it.
they aren't wrong. I mean, you can't argue.
Officially.
True.
You can't
Officially,
argue.
if you go to the Tranquility website, it says 405.
It does. It does.
So-
If you
and
watch the replay codes.
It
we
does.
know how
Different
deep your
story.
research went into this.
Well, the
topic,
replay codes
so-
are outdated, so we can't confirm or deny how
true.
that series went.
It's true.
No.
Not wrong. I have to say, like, ipso facto, your honor, I rest the case.
Yeah.
All right. So let's I agree. Frost Nova beat him once. It can happen again. They beat him 4-0. Honestly, they really have
I mean-
Flashback's number.
Mhm.
So
GG easy.
honestly, should be a roll here. They don't have to win 4 more maps. How hard could it be? All right, guys. I have a little bit of fun superlatives here that I did on my own, just because I'm tired of you guys having the spotlight. Because I need more of the spotlight. Because really, this show is all about me and not you guys.
I feel bullied.
True.
I feel attacked.
True.
Go,
And I'm
go
not even
make-
a child.
Go make a tweet. Go make a tweet longer about it.
Oh, yes, right.
Uh,
Okay, I'm doing that right now.
So basically, I decided to have a little fun. Most likely to change their nickname mid-match if they're starting to get beat, I went with Chobi. I think that's probably more than likely to happen here. If they end up starting to lose to Koala Kings, we're going to see at least 2 or 3 nickname changes midway through from Chobi. But all of them will lead to some cheddar at the end, I'm sure. Most likely to be unable to spell GG in Harmony discussion, I got to go with Smoke from Flashbacks. I shouldn't need to explain why, because we've seen Smoke type, and my God. My God. Most likely to be completely ignored by everybody, despite actually being okay at the game. I gotta go with QZ, I guess. I don't know. Nobody cares. They're on Koala Kings. Those guys suck. And then the last one here is most likely to play so good in the playoffs that they forget how actually bad the regular season ended up being and how they only got in on a technicality. I gotta go with Frost Nova on that one. I feel like that all of Frost Nova, honestly. I was having trouble with the players, but I went with all Frost Nova on that one. That one was pretty easy. I think, but I think there's argument for other people, but that's where I'm at with this one. Let's predict these matches, guys. Harmony Tier. Let's start with Flashbacks taking on Frost Nova. Apathy. Who do you got coming out on top?
4-0 Flashbacks. Sorry.
They take revenge on the big
Yeah.
on the big
Crushing week 1 defeat.
on that frustrated. It was week two. Thor. Who do you got in this one?
As much as we like to talk smack about flashbacks, like you have to respect like good teams, and I see no reason to pick anything other than a 4-0 for flashbacks here. But I wouldn't, I'd love to be proved wrong. So Frost Nova, if you've got anything left, this is the time to show it.
Nerfed. Who do you got?
I went with Flashbacks 4-2. I mean, yeah, it's Flashbacks.
And NPC. Do we continue to hear the F word?
Yeah, you're gonna hear that Frost Nova is gonna pull out the cheese, and they're gonna take one single map, and it's gonna be a 4-1 for Flashbacks.
All right.
I want to believe in you guys, Frost Nova, but
Bastion dive.
yeah,
You can't rule it out. As an
it might
expert,
happen,
as an
Jeez.
expert Bastion player myself, I can tell you with confidence that it does work. And I just gotta say, collectively, that is us predicting a total of 3 maps. Collectively, which if you combined all of our scores, that still wouldn't be enough for Frost Nova to win, unfortunately. So the analysts here are heavily in the favor of Flashbacks, but my prediction is this: I think it's going to be a very close 4-0 for Flashbacks.
Indeed.
I just.
So
I'll be honest.
please,
I'll be honest. I'm super impressed with new Frost Nova. I really am. But I think Flashbacks are. This match, I think, means a little something because it got taken away from them in the first place.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying it doesn't mean anything to Frost Nova, and not at all. But
We want you to prove us wrong.
I trust me. If this match ends up being a fantastic match, or if Frost Nova ends up pulling it out, I will be really excited for that. Like I would love that.
It'd probably be like one of the
So-
biggest Trank upsets of all time.
Right, it would be just a truly outstanding upset, and I would love that. So, I would love to see that. So, if we wanted, hey, no, it's not that. Okay, just to put this,
No.
what we want isn't necessarily always what we think is going to happen. I would love my work to pay me $1 million a year, but I also understand that that's not going to happen. So,
No, that attitude it won't.
okay, but my point stands. I would love to see Frost Nova pull this out just because it would be insane, but I just don't see it happening. And if it doesn't happen, that sucks. If it does happen, that'd be cool. I'd be excited to see it because I've been a Frost Nova stan for a while here. So, all right. I can't wait for the complaints and the tweets, but we'll see what happens here. Chrysalis versus Koala Kings. Apathy, start us off.
I went with 4-2 for Koala Kings. I've played them many times. They still give me PTSD, and it's playoff Koala Kings. It's hard to count them out. But I don't think Chrysalis is gonna get swept by them. I just think Koala King's gonna come up clutch.
So what was the score? Did you say a score?
4-2.
4-2. All right.
KK.
Thor, who do you got?
I'm actually going to go with the upset here, the quote-unquote upset. I'm going to pick Chrysalis in a 4-3, just because I respect how Chrysalis, even though they kind of get like dogged by Flashbacks 3-0 at the end of the upper bracket, but then coming into the championship bracket, they give the business to the Sky Guardians. So they're on the right track. I think they have enough momentum to make this very close. And I think they might be able to pull this out in the 7th map, but we'll see.
Nerf, who do you got?
I went with a 4-2 to Koala Kings. Now, Chrysalis, I believe you guys have this, but as I was just telling Rick in chat, I have a 0% pred prediction, like success rate, so can't jinx you guys.
Reverse jinx.
Reverse
Yeah.
jinx.
Reverse
That's
train.
exactly what that is.
Yeah.
NPC, who do you got?
You know what? I also think it's going to map 7, but I'm going 4-3 Koala Kings. I ran out of red yarn. Otherwise, it would make you this like transitive properties. This team beat that team, and then this team went to beat them, and then so on and so forth. But overall, I think this is going to be the match to watch this week. In Harmony tier, it's going to be close. It's going to be 4-3, but I give it to the Koala Kings, if for no other reason than we got to see that Koala Kings Flashbacks matchup in the grand finals. It's a scripted moment that we have to see, and I'm sorry, I didn't mean to leak it. The Tranquility script, it's out. Yeah, it's going to be it's going to be Koala Kings.
But maybe you leaking it is
Flashbacks.
part of the script, and maybe it's not actually a leak.
Well,
Maybe it's all part of the
Or-
plan.
maybe you saying that I'm leaking it is part of the leak.
No.
And that I'm okay. Just move on. Let's just move on.
All right, moving on. I have this one going 4-2 as well. I could see it going 4-2 in either direction, but I can also see it going 4-3. I think it's going to be Koala Kings. Personally, we've already seen Koala Kings beat Chrysalis. I'm a huge Jeffbot fan. I think it's going to come down to Jeffbot versus Chobi. I think that's the key matchup here. Also, how well can Koala Kings contain retro is a huge part of it as well. But I'm going to be looking for Jeffbot here to come through with some really impressive tank play up against Chobi, and it's going to be a great tank matchup, and I'm looking forward to watching the streams back on this one. Let's take it now to the Discord tier, guys. We are going to start off again with the biggest surprise here in Discord tier. Again, your 4 teams left: Paradise Lost, Reminiscence, Quack Queens, and Domination. Apathy, start us off here. Biggest surprise that you had. Shut up. Shut up.
Biggest
I did not just
domination?
read. I did not just that. Shut up.
My biggest domination is Team Surprise.
Yes.
Um,
My dyslexia is a thing.
yeah, I went with domination. I was there. I watched them make it into this top 4. It was a really fun match. I don't think it was necessarily that it was a surprise that they beat Mark III. I think it was a surprise that they ended up in that spot in place of some teams like Echo Fleet or SEAL Team Spuds, for example. I think that Mark III match, though, they showed that they were very well in control, and I'm excited how they do against Reminiscence. But I think the other three teams were a bit more likely to be in there, especially because I, among a few others, have been Paradise Lost fans for quite a while.
Or who do you have here?
Yeah, I hate to be a broken record, but I got to go with Domination as well. The clear underdog in this bracket right now, but that doesn't mean that they don't deserve to be here. And I'm personally rooting for Domination for the remainder of the playoffs in Discord tier, mostly because all they do is push me around in quick play, and it makes me sad. But no, I mean the first match that they had in the playoffs. I mean, yeah, they do what they're supposed to do against the Holy Jalapenos. But then the real surprise came when they beat Echo Fleet in the upper bracket. Unfortunately, kind of ended up hitting one of the titans of Discord tier in the next round with Quack Queens to kind of get pummeled by them, but then come back strong against Mark III. So. This matchup that they have this week coming up against Reminiscence is going to be very, very similar, just as much, if not more, of a test than what they had previously against Quacka Queens. So very, very interested to see how they pull this one out.
All right. My next topic here is the team most likely to win a championship out of these four. NPC, who do you got?
I'm going to go with something different. I'm going to say the Quacka Queens. Okay, they lost to Echo Fleet, but Echo Fleet has been eliminated already. Okay, they've proven that they can beat Reminiscence in week 3. Okay, so transitive properties, yada yada yada. I think Quacka Queens have what it takes to go all the way to the end and win this thing.
All right. And Nerf, who do you got?
I said Reminiscence. I think Quokka started the season at a better and like a little bit above Reminiscence, but I think as the season's gone on, Reminiscence has just established themselves as the better team. And I mean that marsupial versus nostalgia, yeah, that rivalry goes hard in these bottom two tiers, but I think Reminiscence has got it in the Discord tier.
All right. Let's go to the next topic here. Team most fun to watch. Apathy, start us off.
I went with Paradise Lost. I enjoy watching Farah. I've been on a couple Farah teams myself. I think Farah is super fun to watch. I think the lack of an off tank is very interesting to watch. I don't know, Paradise Lost just plays some very, very chaotic comps, and I think that makes them very fun compared to like Quacka plays very chaotically, but they play normal comps. Does that make sense?
Ish.
Probably not. Paradise Lost.
And Thor, who do you got for this one? Most fun to watch.
I actually went with Quacka here simply because they got a 10-player roster. So they're subbing people in all the time. You're getting new flavors of play, every single map. I just and their ability to swap the number of people that they do in, I know that some people miss games, here and there, but for the most part, you get a lot of rotation in, and for them to be able to perform at the level that they have been able to with that amount of rotation is very, very, very impressive to me.
All right. The last one I have here is the Dark Horse. Again, who's our Dark Horse team? NPC, who do you got?
Okay, Dark Horse team. We talked about it earlier in the surprise. It's got to be Domination. Seed number 5, going 5-3 regular season. 2 of those losses in stage 2, Echo Fleet and Quacka Queens. But now defeating Echo Fleet again, okay? But then they lost 0-3 to Quacka Queens. They've got something to prove. But to get back to Quacka Queens, they've got to get through Reminiscence. Okay, so if they even want a shot at Quacka Queens to get that revenge, to get that title, they have to go all the way to the grand finals. And for these guys, they're an underdog. It's crunch time, and it's not just regular crunch time. Okay, for them, it's ranch. Okay, it's ranch crunch time because let's face it, it's kind of basic. Okay, they're a 5th seed. They belong in the top 4. They're right up there with those guys. It's basic. Just walk it in. You've beaten Reminiscence before. I think you could do it again.
How many of these boxes do you have, NPC?
More than you need to know.
Enough.
Wait till
Do you want me to get the Jack Link's beef
I was
jerky?
going to say,
got more
wait till he
boxes of
pulls
that.
out the beef
Oh,
jerky.
God.
Wait till he pulls out the beef jerky. I'm still waiting for my box.
Next week's podcast.
I believe I was promised at least 20 pounds of beef jerky. No.
Okay, I will mail it to you.
The
It's
sad
costs a
thing
lot
is
to
you
ship it.
have at least 10 times that. I know. That.
Yes, I do actually.
Oh man, that's just crap. Anyways, I have a few of my own. Right, Nerf. Did I get you here? I didn't. I didn't yet.
I did not
No,
say.
no, my bad. I apologize. Go ahead, Nerf.
My dark horse was Paradise Lost because I think I think both Quokka and Reminiscence are just like a tier above these third and fourth place teams. But I think Paradise Lost has like that slight edge where they could potentially beat Quokka. I still don't think it's really going to be that like much of a competition, but yeah.
I gotta say really quick. Quokka, not Quokka. I hear a lot of
Is
people
it?
say Quokka.
I've been saying Quokka all season.
Yeah, I hear a lot of people say Quokka, and it triggers me.
Quokka.
Hey, I don't care if I'm mispronouncing it because it's Navino's team, but
They're
whatever.
Quoke.
True.
Okay.
True. It is Davino. But that said, it is apparently Quokka. I also thought it was Quokka for a while, but then I had to Google search it, and then the pronunciation lady says Quokka. So, anyways, moving on here, guys. I have some of my own. Here. Superlatives. My superlative here is most likely to have their loudest player be on leave of absence for the majority of the season. It's a tough call, but I went with domination. Yeah. Anyways, the next one here is most likely to win a championship by just holding right click on Asdo. That was tough, but I had to go with LCS on that one. LCS right clicking their way to a championship this season. You got to give it to LCS here. Most likely to sneak onto a relevant team at the end of the season and somehow be given credit for their success this season. A tough call, but I went with Vix on that one from the Quack Queens. I think that
He's been carrying him all year. I mean,
yeah, but that's kind of why I went with him right there. So I think Vix is a good call on that one. And then last but certainly not least, the team that confuses everybody who watches them, but yet they find a way to keep winning while we watch it. They don't really talk in our Discord, so we don't really know a whole lot about them, but they also have really cool people on their team, like Rigmadon, so we're all really big fans. I had to go with Paradise Lost.
It's a very specific superlative.
Yeah, it's
I
like a
found it.
paragraph.
I found it in a yearbook.
Superlative.
So,
he most likely to
see.
also have Rigmadon on it.
yeah,
Yeah,
true.
was
I
it
found it. I found
Rigmadon's
it. I found
yearbook?
it in an old yearbook. So, all right, guys. Let's get to your Transcendence Tier now. Or I'm sorry. Let's do your predictions. Pardon me. Domination taking on Reminiscence here. Apathy. You start us off. Who do you got?
I wanted to bring back that horrible analogy that we used last 2 weeks ago. That the date between Domination and Reminiscence. I think Domination is then going to end up going home without a goodbye kiss. They had to pay the whole bill. It's just, they got splashed by a bus on the way, so they showed up soaking
They found
wet.
it. They
Just a
found another
really-
date on Tinder
a
midway through the
terrible
date.
date. Yeah, just a terrible date for them. 4-0 Reminiscence.
Thor. Who do you got in this one?
Yo, do we have a stat somewhere that proves that Apathy picks more 4-0s than anybody else in Tranquility?
For what it's worth, Apathy I think finished.
Probably. I'm a
I think
4-0 believer.
Apathy finished second overall in the Trank predictions.
Gosh, God,
Well,
it
Apathy,
bothers me how right he is. all the
Apathy
time.
question though, who was first?
I don't remember. We didn't have the standings for the last 3 or 4 weeks because Booth had those IRL issues.
Oh no.
Well, right,
But it's probably trained because
no, but it was actually me.
It should
It was
be.
actually me.
Oh, I
It's
see.
actually me.
Well, it should be
I don't
trained because he
believe
got
it.
that whole last week.
Yeah,
The
but
crazy
it's a
Italian
shame.
prediction and everything else.
It's a shame because it was me. Thor. Let's get to your prediction.
But anyways, I know that I said I was rooting for Domination for the remainder of the Discord playoffs. But as much as I want Domination to win this game, my money's going to be with Rem here. I did give Domination 2 maps though, so I'm picking 4-2 Rem right now, but that doesn't mean that my heart isn't with Domination for this match. But however, Rem is just, they've ramped up so fast throughout these playoffs that I think they're at an unattainable level, at least when it comes to Domination. But don't get me wrong, I'd love to see the upset here.
Nerf, who do you got?
I took Reminiscence 4-2. I don't really have that much to say about that about Domination. I just know Reminiscence very good team.
NPC, is it a sweep of the panel for Reminiscence?
No, my heart is with Domination on paper. Okay, I got a 4-1 for Domination. I think Reminiscence is going down. Okay, it doesn't count. If you really believed in him, you'd vote for him, and I'm voting for him here. Domination, you took down Mark III. You got to take down Reminiscence. Okay, you got to do it. Do it for NPC. Do it for me. Do it for Cheesy Grooves.
Look, I'll be real with you. You can believe all you want. You can make predictions all you want. Your heart can be in the right place all at once. But what it comes down to in the end, all that's going to be left of Domination this season is a memory. And Reminiscence is going to take this one. I think it's going to be a dominant win. I think it's going to be a 4-0. I think Rem's just ready to take control. And I think this is going to be the week that they do it. I think it's going to be a 4-0 Rem. I think Apathy's right. I'm just saying.
Yeah, maybe that's how you ended up beating me. You just copied all my answers and then I forgot one week.
All right, I tell you what, Domination.
No.
Domination
That's
wins
not
this.
what happened. I predicted quite contrary to you many times.
I tell you what, I'll give motivation. If Domination wins this, I'm going to send you some Jack Link's beef jerky.
If Domination
Okay?
wins,
Just send me
you'll
your
Did you
address
see what-
and I'll send you. You got to win
wait,
this though.
Hold up. Domination. There you go. That tells you how much he doesn't believe it's going to happen because he wouldn't sacrifice all his beef jerky. I'm just saying. Calling him out on the lie.
I'm just saying. I got more than enough. I got more
All
than I
right.
need.
Yeah. And by the way, I gave Domination their clip now for their meme post if they end up
Perfect.
winning
They
it
need
somehow.
one.
But it's not going to matter. They're not going to win it. Paradise Lost versus Quack of Queens. Apathy, start us off. Who do you got?
I have not 4-0. I actually have the opposite. I got 4-3 Quacka Queens. I think Paradise Lost just plays some really tough to handle stuff that I think it'll take Quacka a little bit to adapt, and the fact that Quacka have the 10-man roster, they're subbing people in and out. They might not find stability and might lose with some variations of their roster than others. So I think it's going to be a close match, but I think QQ has the clutch factor.
Thor, who do you got in this one?
I agree with pretty much everything that Apathy just said, but I think that Paradise Lost is actually going to eat this one out in the 7th map, simply because of pretty much everything that Apathy just said is their unpredictability and their adaptability. Whereas Quacka Queens, it's going to be difficult for them to keep up with that same level of adaptability, especially with the amount of people that they're going to be subbing in. So I'm going to go with Paradise Lost with the 4-3 in the map 7 banger.
All right. Oh, excuse me. Nerf, go ahead.
I just changed mine because I realized it went completely contrary to what I said earlier about Domination versus Paradise. So I went 4-2 for Quokka. Was 4-1.
It's the Quokka again.
I'm gonna keep saying it. I'm gonna keep saying it.
If you keep speaking it, it will happen. It will go into existence.
Yeah, I've heard it both ways now.
They won't no, because no marsupial team lasts more than a drink season. Then they rebrand and change names.
That's true.
So it won't be into
Pretty
existence.
soon they're going to run out of marsupials.
Joseph Electronic Esports will return. NPC, who do you got on this one?
I also have a 4-1 for QQ. Just looking at their regular season record, they've only lost to Echo Fleet, and Echo Fleet's out now. So easy wins 4-1. But, I don't know.
All right. I had a bit of a tough choice on this one because I'm a huge Paradise Lost fan. And honestly, Quokka, they've shown some minor glaring weaknesses, I guess you could say. But I'm gonna go 4-2 Quokka, but I still am scared of Paradise Lost. Paradise Lost, I feel like, is one of those teams that once they claim momentum, they don't give it back because they're a very frustrating team to play against. So if you can't hold your mental together against them, it's just like that, and it's over for your team. They will capitalize on that, and they will destroy you. As long as Quokka keeps their head about them, they win this. Quokka loses it a little bit. I think we just see Paradise Lost and Reminiscence getting a rematch at each other here in the finals for Discord tier. Let's go now to the Transcendence tier. Wrap us up here. Just as a quick note here, this will be the final chance for you guys to get your giveaway entries in. Get those in now. By the time we finish the superlatives and move to predictions, the giveaway will end for this week. Reminder, a $100 Amazon gift card is on the line in this giveaway today. So please make sure to get your giveaway entries in now. Once we hit the prediction step of the superlatives here, we will be ending the giveaway for this week, and giveaway entries will move to next week's giveaway, which conveniently also a $100 Amazon gift card. So,
Right.
Were we also doing the shirt NPC? I don't remember.
You know what? Why not? It's
Why
just
not?
Cavs
We'll do
money.
a shirt. It's just Cavs money. We'll do a
Yeah.
shirt too. We'll do a shirt. So, all right, cool. Here we go then. All right. Transcendence Tier. We have 4 teams left. We have Alpha. We have GDH. We have Devil Dukes. A lot of people expected that. Apathy. Start with biggest surprise.
The biggest surprise is one of the ones that you didn't name.
The one I
'cause
didn't
It was
name.
one of the yeah. He
What a
spoiled it
segue.
again. And to be fair, I think the superlative has been the easiest one across all 3 tiers.
Yeah.
So I think the biggest surprise for Trans tier is Battalion. They kind of threw away their stage 1 and 2, maybe on purpose, maybe just playing to have fun with the people that they were having on that roster. Then playoff hit, they turned into their playoff roster. They moved Telm onto the main tank, they moved Frosty onto off tank, and it's been working. They took out decaps, which is a huge surprise. So it's pretty much impossible to not say Battalion here.
Thor, is it impossible to not say Battalion?
Not really, and I kind of wish you would have let me have done one of these first, so I just didn't sound like I was copying Apathy the entire show. But you'd kind of you'd have to be an idiot to pick anybody other than Battalion here. Out of these 4, one of these definitely, I don't want to say it doesn't belong, but you nobody expected them to be here, and that just is a testament to how they've been able to turn around in such a very short period of time. Some of these victories, they started off, they beat Council of Enemy Girls, maybe that was expected, but then they start rolling with the win against SS Cuttlefish, and then Dirt, Corvidity, and Decapitators. I mean, it's just kind of like the cherry on top for them. Unfortunately, they're going up against Alpha this week. So I mean, we'll see if they can keep it going, but I'm not going to hold my breath on that one.
I mean, to be fair, you didn't have to copy Apathy. You could have put something like GDH. Is surprising that
I
they're
could have,
still
but then I
here.
would have been
they
dishonest with
could have
myself.
folded or forfeited
That's-
earlier. I mean,
I have to be true to my heart, NPC.
okay, all right.
All right.
Heart that I don't
Next one here. Team most likely to win the championship. NPC. Who's the team that's left most likely to win?
Okay, everybody, go ahead and take your nap now because it's going to be Alpha, undefeated so far. Only teams in their way are Battalion and then either Devil Dukes or GDH. And
Eh.
eh.
Nerf, who do you got here?
I went with Alpha as well. I got a DM from McJr. earlier today saying, quote, our top team Alpha hasn't dropped a map in the current Trank season. So, I mean, kind of hard to go against them.
Yeah, I get you.
I mean, I'm just going to go ahead and say it. We didn't pick Alpha for it. It's just a mistake. They have one drawn map to their name as a negative. A drawn map. Not a lost map. A drawn map. I just
Technically undefeated.
Technically, they have not lost a map yet this season. And they're further along now than they were last season when they lost. So they're here with a vengeance right now. Team that is most fun to watch. Apathy. Who do you got?
I'm gonna go Alpha again. It's similar to what I've said before, but I think with Alpha there's that little extra thing that this is just really high quality Overwatch, and I enjoy watching the game being played not to perfection obviously, but quite near it, at least for this SR level. I find that very entertaining to watch. So I did go with Alpha. And if you couldn't tell by all my predictions, I do like watching teams get destroyed 4-0. So that brings me joy.
I like the map 7s, map 8s, map 9s. I like the long games. I like more
like a
overwatch.
normal person.
Yeah. More channel points. That's what it's about.
You don't even use those.
But I like to have them.
Okay, fair enough.
I like to have them.
For
Thor, who
my
do you got?
channel points, I want them now.
Oh my god.
Thor, who do you got here? Team most fun to watch.
I actually went with God Hand here just because they're so effing unpredictable. Like, I mean, they go from, like, you have a team that's their peak is so ridiculously high, like even like matching alpha or even above alpha at some point. And then you have other times where they lose matches against Celestial Wind, who went out in the first round of the lower bracket. So like you just never really know what you're gonna get, from God Hand and in any given week. But I do have faith, for Andy, Minnie, and company, to bring it home here in the upper bracket or in the championship bracket.
All right, next one here is your favorite dark horse. Who's the dark horse team that actually has a shot at winning the championship here? I feel like it's Alpha versus the world right now, but NPC, who do you got?
I didn't realize I was supposed to actually have a shot. Okay, but my favorite dark horse is Battalion. Okay, 8th seed. Okay, they've been an inconsistent team to say the least. They've done some roster rebuilding here and there throughout the season, but I think their victories have to do with how well the maps and the opponents play against their style. They have a very chaotic and very strange style that doesn't necessarily work well against very organized teams. So for them, it's crunch time, but not just any crunch time. You guys get the hot and spicy, the scorching hot cheddar, because it's hot, it's spicy crunch time for you guys. You got to bring the spice. You got to bring the heat if you want to stand past Alpha. If you get past Alpha, I think you win this. But it's such a long shot. It is such a long shot. If I could bet channel points, I'd bet like 10 on Battalion because like the stonks are going to be in my favor. If you manage to win one map, I paid my college tuition. Okay, like that's just ridiculous. So, I'm just saying they're my favorite dark horse. I want to see it happen. It's probably not gonna, but I want to see it.
And Nerf, who do you got here?
I wrote down Devil Dukes. I don't really know why. It was late when I wrote down my answers, so I'm kind of winging it here. I think what I was going for was that they beat God Hand in the upper bracket, like week 11 or 12, whatever that was. And now they're going up against God Hand again. I think God Hand's going to be coming for vengeance, and it's going to be a uphill battle for Devil Dukes this week.
I write these. I write these late at night too. That's why they always come off so scuffed. So I'm with you on that. Trust me. Anyways, I got a few superlatives here, just some fun ones. Player most likely to play really good on Pharah for like 3 maps until they're down, and then they'll probably boom and throw by inting with Barrage. Pro Gamer, 360 from Battalion. I mean, it's a tale as old as time at this point. Player most likely to ditch their team about 2 maps in the finals because they got a challenge from somebody on Gun Z, but their team's going to still find a way to win 4-0. That's Cosign. Again, I could have gone. I almost went with Telm on that, but I think the Cosign is a little bit more likely on that one. Player who loses 1v1s versus Gold Moira one-trick boomers who will never let him live it down. I got to go with Ice. GDH.
I was surprised. I thought that could have gone a number of ways.
Yes, I thought about maybe Abraxas, but I think it's not.
Lots of candidates for that.
It's definitely not Abraxas. It's mostly Ice. So yeah, that's a tough one. And then the last one here, player who's never been on a team that has made the playoffs and shrank despite being here for 4 seasons, and now somehow through some sort of deal with the devil or Satan or Jeff Kaplan or somebody like that, they've now found a way to lead a team.
Jeff Kaplan.
They've now found a way to lead the team to the Final Four in the playoffs. I got to go to Billy Gott on that. Yeah, I mean that one was easy to find, I have to say. So, but Billy Gott taking that one here. I'm not going to explain that one out. I could give the acronym for it, but it's just too long. let's get to predictions. By the way, prediction or giveaway entries now cut off. That is giveaway entries now cut off. Any giveaway entry from here forth will be going into next week's drawing. So something to keep in mind. Again, $100 gift card still next week. 100 along with the T-shirt as well. So, all right, predictions for this match. Apathy. Who do you got?
First match is God
Hand versus Devil Dukes. I should tell you the match first. I'm really tired.
I was doing it for you.
You're a
I was
deer.
doing it for
You're
you.
a deer, Apathy.
But then you strong armed me.
I did. I'm so sorry. I need to.
okay.
I need to sleep.
I went 4-2 for Devil Dukes here. Might be a bit of a controversial take, although I think this one might be one of the most disputable playoff matches we've had. Just because, God Hand does have that pedigree, especially when they're serious and trying. But Devil Dukes did beat them, and God Hand did drop a couple maps to Amnesia of all things. So I think Devil Dukes is going to deliver the finishing blow to God Hand.
Thor, who do you got in this one?
Yeah, I'm going to kind of piggyback a little bit on what Nerfed was saying earlier, is that I think the revenge factor is definitely alive and well here in this match. And because of that, aside from the fact that God Hand has a ton of late playoff run experience, I think they're going to pull this one out in a map 7. So I'm going to go 4-3 God Hand. I think this is probably going to be the best match across all tiers this week. I mean, the second runner-up maybe the Paradise Lost versus Quack Queens, but I'm really looking forward to watching this match.
Nerf, who do you got?
I took Devil Dukes 4-3. I think, despite it being an uphill battle, I think in the end they're gonna take it.
And NPC, wrap us up here.
I don't think it'll be a long match at all. I actually think it's just going to be 4-1 GDH. I think GDH is just going to take it away. Maybe one map for Devil Dukes, but if they're going to be serious about it, if they're going to play their best, GDH, they're going to be on another level. They've been sandbagging this whole time. I should know. I'm the expert.
You are the expert on.
I'm
sandbagging.
uniquely qualified to talk about sandbagging. I'm just saying, you don't start throwing matches like they have been on purpose, unless you're doing it on purpose.
Who hands out these certifications?
Yeah,
exactly.
You have a lot of them.
I do.
He's well educated, well traveled,
very well
traveled. All right. Next. Or I'm sorry. It's my turn now. Yeah, I went. Didn't want to say it. Went Devil Dukes.
Ooh.
I hate Navino. No. I mostly feel bad because I just predicted 3. I screwed up. Nerfed, I'm so sorry. I'm so tired. I'm so tired. Nerfed, you didn't get a chance to go, did you?
Wait, I did. I did.
He did. He
oh,
did.
Then who typed that on the
oblivious?
Apathy?
My bad.
I'm so
I
tired. You take advantage of my fatigued state.
Haha, get pranked. It was on purpose, not an accident.
Definitely not an accident. You know what? I predicted Devil Dukes. It's mostly because I really am sad because I have to give it to 3 marsupial teams. And by doing that, I have to give credit to Navino for something, and I refuse, like on a moral level, to do that. But I guess I have to. Devil Dukes win this one, I think 4-2. They just beat GDH. I think they do it again. Reckless Alpha versus Battalion. Alpha, again, has not lost a map this season. The upstart Battalion didn't win a map in stage 1, basically, but nonetheless are still here in the playoffs now. Apathy, it's your turn. Who do you pick here?
I am actually giving 1 to Battalion. So I've got a 4-1 Alpha. I think Telman Frosty might, carry on the ball hog for 1 map, but eventually they're just going to fall off.
Thor, who you got in this one?
I really want to believe in the underdog here. So I gave Alpha 2 whole maps. But at the end of the day, like Alpha's just so ridiculously elite. They haven't done anything, that warrants me picking against them. So I'd be an idiot to pick against them here. So I'm going to go 4-2 Alpha.
Nerfed. We have 2 people picking maps for Battalion in this. Is Battalion going to win this one for you?
I gave Battalion a map. However, I am being paid by confidential members of Alpha that they are actually winning 4-0. So
I can respect that. I can respect that. We can be bought.
Yeah.
We can be bought.
I can be bought for a very low price.
Yeah, I am. I don't make any money from Trank, so if you gave me $1, it'd be more money than I made from Trank. So
1 rupee.
one pence, it would be enough. All right, NPC, who do you got?
All right. You guys gave maps to Battalion, and I want to say that that's bold, perhaps even spicy. But I gave a 4-0 to Alpha. I really think Battalion just I don't know. They don't stand a chance. I'm sorry. I just don't think they do. But if they do, that means it's going to be extra bold. Every map, every point is going to be a victory for those guys because they know they're outmanned, they know they're outgunned, and if they could just take one map, they'll be like, "We did it, guys. We did it." They bleed.
Drop the mic.
Yeah, exactly. They know what they came to do, and hats off to you if you do that. So 4-0 Alpha, but Battalion, GG's go next. See you next season.
Here's
so
the deal.
brutal.
Last week, I doubted Battalion. In fact, I made fun of them. Or not last week, 2 weeks ago. I made fun of them on the podcast. Train made the prediction that Battalion was going to win 4-3. I laughed at him. I thought that was insane. I thought that was ridiculous. The little A-seed Battalion taking on the Decapitators. You got to be kidding me. That's a joke, right? There's no chance in hell. No chance.
Maybe a little biased there.
Is it a little biased? Yes, but also very rational given what we've seen so far this season from both teams. I don't think it's very, very. You could argue against the rationality of it, but yes, I did laugh at Exu predicting 4-0 Dom, and I still would too. I would do it today too. Here's the thing: I doubted them once. I'm not going to doubt them again. You better believe it. I am going to pick Battalion to lose 4-0 against Alpha because it won't be close. Alpha is just better. Battalion is stinky. Telm is not even a real main tank. He's an off-tank player posing as a main tank player. Pro Gamer plays Pharah like once in a 7-game map. He wins a map and all of a sudden he's just like, whoa, I'm a Pharah player now. Let's go. Genuinely, no.
True.
It's not going to happen. Like, let's face it. This Frosty's just a converted DPS player playing off tank. I mean, what is this nonsense? This team is terrible and they're stinky and they should be ashamed of them for playing Pharah and Roadhog in organized play. It's shameless. But genuinely, I do think it's going to be 4-0 Alpha. All memes aside, Alpha is just on another level.
Yet he just cursed him. 4-0 Battalion incoming.
Yeah.
If Battalion wins 4-0, I'm not making any bets. I will eat a ham sandwich on the podcast because I'm not going to make any bets.
But Battalion wins this, beef jerky for everybody on Battalion. Just send me your addresses. I'll mail you beef jerky. Jack links.
Genuinely, I love Battalion. I love what they've done this season. They have awesome people on their team, that Pro Gamer. But it's just, I do think the Cinderella run ends here. All right. That said, that is our predictions for the matches, guys. As it sits right now, unfortunately, we only have one current feature that will air live on Wednesday. We'll be announcing the features here more than likely tonight. Unfortunately, no team was able to flex. We're more than likely going to be featuring a match on Thursday off of replays. We won't be spoiling the results beforehand. We'll be asking the teams to not spoil anything, and we'll be airing it off of replays on Thursday. make sure to tune in, get those channel points up, because we do have, again, still 2 more $100 Amazon gift card giveaways. And also, we only have 2 podcasts left, guys. But that being said, we have finals podcast next week, and along with that, we'll have our all-star drafts next week as well. Really quick, congratulations to all the people picked for all-stars, especially, and congratulations to the MVPs in every tier: Milo in the Harmony tier from Sky Guardians, Asdo from Reminiscence in the Discord tier, and O Canada from Alpha in the Transcendence tier. But we will be drafting the All-Stars next week onto their teams, and All-Star games will be airing in 2 weeks on this very Twitch channel. But again, we only have 2 podcasts left. Next week is the finals podcast, and then the following week, I know a lot of you have been waiting for information about it, so here you are. Season 8's info drop is going to be on that last podcast. Big changes coming for Season 8, actually.
Ooh.
Not really.
Ooh.
I just wanted to say
we're
that.
totally gonna rework it. It's gonna be bronze tier, silver tier, gold
right,
tier. We're getting
right.
rid of the diamonds and
Yeah,
masters.
the big change is Apathy's going to cut his hair.
Yep.
No.
Yep. That's what I heard.
He's going to donate it to
Never.
NPC.
He's going to donate.
Make me a wig.
Absolutely not. There are 2 things that I wouldn't do in that equation.
You would
Wow.
donate to
Not
wow.
give anything to someone who likes Dallas.
Wow.
Fair. No, honestly, that's fair. I can respect that. I can respect that. All right. That said, moving on now, guys. Let's go ahead with the giveaway. A $100. We'll start with the $100 gift card, and then we'll do the T-shirt afterwards. NPC, give it to us here. Who is winning the $100 Amazon gift card?
A $100 Amazon gift card goes to random number generator, please.
Beep, boop, beep, boop, boop, beep.
Thank you. Rookhart.
Rook
Mm.
from Frost Nova. Somehow
Nice.
Frost Nova just can't stop winning. It
Yep.
seems.
Well, that's
There
their
it
one
is.
win for the week.
Yeah. You know what? I think they'd rather have the $100 than some like tournaments.
Yeah, well, hey, it depends on Rook's priorities, but congrats, Rook. $100 Amazon gift card coming your way here for your giveaway entries here. And just so the rest of you know, your giveaway entries weren't completely potentially wasted here. T-shirt giveaway. Man, I love T-shirts. NPC, really quick. I don't even know where I could find T-shirts.
You can find T-shirts at shop.spreadshirt.com/OWTranquility !store in the chat. Apparently, there's also a merch command which we need to somehow disable. But !store in the chat will take you there, and we will definitely take you to shop.spreadshirt.com/OWTranquility. And right now, there's 15% off everything for the next 3 days.
15% off.
This whole week, 15% off.
That's more than
everything, your entire
10%.
order. It's
More than 14.
It's way more than 10%.
It's at least 5% more than 10%.
At least.
I am blown away. 15%. That's better than Bubba Wyatt's win percentage in Tranquility.
That's true.
Like, I am blown away by this.
And look, and you know what? You know what the best part is? You can actually order a shirt and have it on its way to you in less than 15 minutes. So 15 minutes
Wow.
could save you 15%.
15 minutes could save you 15% or
Exactly,
more.
yes.
No, just 15%, not more.
Well,
not more. Not more.
Could save you up to 15%.
Not
But
more.
exactly
Yeah.
15% actually. It's not even up to, like, exactly 15%.
Honestly, the 15%.
And now we're going to get canceled.
15%.
No, I can make that all on my own right now.
The jokes about 15%
I just
can go on
it just
and on
clicked.
and on here.
It's a unique.
Like 15%, that's how much better you get after doing one coaching session with Natter OW.
Exactly.
At
You get
least
15%. At least
15%
15%.
Whoa!
At
Natter in
least
the chat.
15%.
You gain
better.
15% more at 15 SR. You gain 15 SR.
At least 15% better.
Gained 15 SR off a win.
It's averages,
Well,
Apathy. Stop-
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Just come on.
Well, just go with it.
Again, guys, 15% on the Tranquility store right now. !store in the chat if you want to pick up some Trank merch here to wrap up the season. Rep your favorite teams. Store doesn't go away in the off season, but it might be your last chance to pick up some merch. So you never know. Go ahead and pick some up if you can here. Again, !store in the chat. But let's give away a
Rook,
shirt now.
Rook, you won a $100 Amazon gift card. Congratulations for being here and entering the giveaway and earning those channel points.
Hey, is
So
that your
Rook came back.
second Amazon gift card this season? Actually,
Whoa,
really?
really?
I think that's his second Amazon gift card he's won this season.
Is it rigged? Did we get to draw again?
If you want to donate it,
second
look,
win.
I have
you won
12
t-shirt.
children.
You won a T-shirt before.
Just saying.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Fair enough. You won the jersey. Right.
I think it's
Gotcha.
rigged, yeah.
All right. I think it's rigged too. But let's see how rigged it is. NPC. Let's do that T-shirt giveaway. Who do you got? Let's go ahead and make that drawing.
Okay, a random number generator. Go.
Boop boop beep boop boop beep.
Thank you. Chobi. Okay, we draw again. We go
We
again.
draw
We
again.
go
We
again.
can't
We go
let
again.
Chobi
We
win.
go again.
Chobi
That
gets
was
no
practice.
dubs.
Can we get a mulligan on that?
That was a practice.
Silence.
Congrats.
Offline NPC. What a guy.
Oh wow!
Oh.
NPC wins. So cool. NPC needs his 30th Trank shirt. So.
I think it's like 35th at this point.
Yeah,
but yeah.
actually, it's pretty close. All right, congratulations to Chobi taking home the free T-shirt and the second free T-shirt to Mr. Yeti Casts. I just can't believe I won again.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow. An all-star and a free shirt.
And I just can't stop winning constantly. The winning, it just never stops for me, guys. But genuinely, guys, again, to everybody here, thank you so much for tuning in. We've had a blast of a season so far. Genuinely, I mean that from you guys. And again, as a reminder, if you caught that beginning of the stream, just a quick shout out. He's in the chat now. All the winning teams this season, the 3 winning teams in each tier, you guys will pick up a coaching session from Natter as a prize for winning. So something to incentivize the dubs a little bit more, if you will. And again, I can't recommend Natter's coaching services enough. He talks in the Discord a decent amount. You see him posting in the bulletin board. Good, just great content. Go watch his stream, and you might get a gifted subscription from me because for some reason, just can't stop donating gifted subs to Natter, and I don't know why. I need help, and I need help.
If you get a gifted sub to Natter's channel, it means that Yeti thinks you need coaching.
Yeah, I need to
It's
stop.
probably what it is. Like,
I
you need to learn about the game. So
I need to stop, and I need to also make sure that my wife doesn't look at our bank account.
yeah.
Because of the amount of gifted subs I give away to people, as you can see over in the chat, wherever it
127
is.
here.
Yeah, I need to stop.
5 to me.
I need to
That
stop.
was a waste.
What'd you say? I'm sorry.
I said you even gave 5 to me. That was a waste.
Yeah, but I had to.
Wait,
could I
why?
not?
You have an addiction.
I have a problem. That's what it is.
Yeti's heart is bigger than his head.
That is honestly the truth. And I have a really big head. So, like,
Takes up like the whole lower portion of the screen.
look at me
Yeah.
here.
It stretches out the necks on his face.
NPC, genuinely, what neck? I mean, have you seen me here? Anyways, let's go on. Let's get it. Let's move on here, guys. Oh no, 5 gifted subs. How did that happen? Anyways, guys,
jeez.
thank you so much for tuning
I'm
in.
gonna call your wife.
Oh
No. We need to take away the credit card right now.
Thanks so much again, guys. We appreciate all of you tuning in. Thanks again for all the support throughout the season so far. 2 more podcasts left to go, and I can't appreciate y'all enough. So thank you guys so much. For Apathy, Thor, Nerfed, and NPC, I am Mr. Yeti. We appreciate you gazing into the iris with us today, and we'll see you again soon.
Experience tranquility. Pass into the iris.